Hey, Symposium listeners, have you ever listened to our A Song of Ice and Fire coverage and wanted to chime in live with your thoughts? Or wanted us to cover a property of your choice?
Introducing the Symposium Review Contest. The contest is open now and closes on August 31st, 2026.
Here's how you can enter. Leave us a 5-star review on any podcatcher and send us a screenshot to earn an entry. You can leave reviews on as many platforms as you want, and each screenshot counts as an entry.
If you want an extra incentive, every review you submit on or before April 30th, 2026 will be counted as 2 entries.
If you win, you get to pick one of the following 3 options.
Option 1, join us for an A Song of Ice and Fire wrap-up episode after we have read A Dance with Dragons.
Option 2, get us to watch or read or otherwise consume a piece of media to cover on the podcast.
Option 3 is the same as option 2, but you get to also be on the podcast episode with us.
We will have a minimum of 2 winners. One winner will be the person who earned the most entries, and a second winner will be chosen through random draw. If interest is high, a third winner may also be chosen.
So folks, get those reviews in on or before August 31st, 2026. We look forward to chatting with you in fall of 2026.
And now on to the episode. Welcome to A Song of Ice and Fire Symposium. My name is Nav, and my pronouns are they, them.
And my name's Harmat, and my pronouns are Hershey, like the chocolate.
And this is A Dance with Dragons. Like, for real, maybe this time. Chapters 70 and 71. The Queen's Hand and the Queen, aka Daenerys. In these chapters, Barristan prepares for a war, and Daenerys goes back to go forward. Welcome to the podcast, everyone. So, Harmat, who died in these chapters?
Okay. Oh, Quentin. Rip. Yeah, just Quentin? And then, I mean, Dany's certainly having a time, but I don't think she's quite dead yet.
Right. She's also, like, remembering all the people that were killed in
Yeah.
Drogon's wake and other people that
Yes.
died in the past.
Yeah, Dany's chapter was really, hey, here's a summary of everything I've ever done.
That one poor horse that was trying to run away from Drogon.
Yeah, oh my god. Yeah. Struggle.
Yeah, but I think we're good. Okay. So, what were your thoughts on these chapters after the last 2 recent chapters?
You know, it's so funny because at the end of our last recording, you were like, okay, leave yourself a bit of room. Like, these ones are really long.
Weren't they,
Which they felt so long, but I also was like, oh, okay, these upcoming chapters are going to be so long. So much must happen then. Surely, like, Barristan's chapter ends and, like, shit is everywhere. And then, like, Dany comes in and, like, starts doing stuff. And then shit is also everywhere, but at least we got Dany. Like, I don't know. But then I read these chapters and I'm like, sorry, what happened? Like, you know? So, compared to last time, definitely, like, I can't even call them chill, though, because they were not chill. They were very, like, emotionally intense, but, like, plot-wise, like, kind of pretty chill. Like, we were kind of in the same place we started off in.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah, but I liked them, I think.
Since nothing happens.
I liked Dany's. I don't know. But I also just had, like, I don't know. I just was, like, so ready for Dany to start girl bossing. And this was still, it was still reeking. Like, and I just was like, whatever, you know?
What
so
do you
that's
mean by reeking?
I was about to make, like, a shit joke, but then I stopped myself. That's why I specifically used the word reeking.
I thought you were trying to draw, like, a comparison to, like, early Theon chapters or something.
No. No, it just, they were very, like, I think Dany, like, Barristan's chapter, I think it was good, because it was a lot of, like, okay, Barristan is trying his hand at scheming, and I
He's
feel like
trying his
even...
hand at being a hand.
True. And even before we have, like, before we get to see, like, the consequences of all of these actions, we can still, like, there's some, just because we've seen Dany go through this, we've known these people, like, there's some things we can kind of go, this is probably not going to work. Or, hey, that kind of sounds like a good idea to me so far, whatever. So I think Barristan's is interesting because it's like, he's so old, but this is a thing that he's doing for the first time that he doesn't feel very comfortable in, but that, like, I would say he's not bad at. So it was like, I think that's what made it interesting. And then also his, like, sort of crisis of faith of, like, is Dany ever going to get here? What the fuck am I doing? You know, all that was really interesting. But then Dany's was just, like, Dany was having similar, like, Dany was kind of having a crisis of faith too. Like, she's kind of going back through everything. She finally has all this time to work through all the things going on in her head. And that I liked, like, some of, like, the finally being like, hey, Viserys, you literally sold me. Like, I feel like she did not think about Viserys after he died, period.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like that's good. Like, some of those things were really good. But I think the thing about Dany's chapter was, it was, like, there was just moments where I was like, oh, we still haven't learned our lesson. Like, it just is very, like, there's moments where she's just like, I'm just a girl, maybe Barristan will come save me, maybe Dario will come save me, and I know that's, like, part of her arc, and, like, all the things, especially because she sees it as, like, oh, Khal Drogo saved me, like, being, like, whatever, all that, but still, I just was like, I'm kind of over this, you know?
Since so much of nothing happened in these chapters, you should have a real easy time summarizing them.
Wow, what a claim.
So, 3, 2, 1, Barristan.
Barristan's the hand. He's convening a council. He sent the Green Grace to Yunkai to be like, hey, give us our people back, I think. Oh, and we'll give you money. And he's hoping that, like, the sellswords will want the money so bad that them say, no, we'll, like, fracture their... I don't, something like that. But then Green Grace comes back and she's like, hey, they're actually gonna throw dead bodies at us with their trebuchets. So peace has been broken. He also has a meeting. Oh, and the Green Grace is like, release his daughter. Dany. Okay. Dany is in the Dothraki Sea, just somewhere trying to get by. She's trying to heal from the burns. She's got no food, whatever. She's struggling to, like, navigate riding Drogon. Like, that's not really working out for her. She's kind of having a bad time. She's going through all the things. She's like, someone come save me. She's like, I just have to walk along the river and then I'll find the sea. Or, stream, river, sea. Basically, she's like, I'm gonna walk back. I got this. Instead of using this dragon. And then at the end, she finally rides Drogon again. And she's in trouble.
Okay. Well, let's just jump right in.
Mm-hmm.
So, Barristan's chapter opens with, the Dornish prince was 3 days dying. What were your thoughts when you read that?
I was like, oh, he's not dead yet? I was like, wait, maybe there's a chance. But then I also was pissed off. I was like, if he makes it through this and Jon doesn't, I'm suing. Like...
Suing like, who
George R.R. Martin. George R.R. Martin.
Good luck with that. No. But honest, like, I feel like Jon got the better end of the deal. He at least died instantly. This is like the 3 days lingering dying of burns. Like, why didn't they just put him out of his misery at this point? Because just that, oh my god. He, like, poor Miss Andy is the only one that will care for him, and she's been spending, like, day and night just sleeping in a chair by his bed. She is, like, literally the MVP of this chapter.
Yeah, totally.
So all of, like, the other cupbearers and whatever who are also, like, her age are, like, too grossed out by the burns to even come nearby. And none of the graces, like the healers that Barristan sent for, arrived. And he's like, maybe they're just all dead. And I'm like, maybe they just don't want to do this. I don't know. Like, it's unclear.
That feels awful convenient. And also, they can't all just be dead. Like, we would have heard about that. That would have been a news thing.
Right. So, but so poor Miss Andy is like, just trying to read to him, giving him milk of the poppy or water when he can
Oh.
take it, listening to whatever words he can muster. I wonder if he said anything interesting, but unfortunately, knowing Quentin, he probably didn't.
Yeah, ain't no way he knows about any, like, ain't no way he was spilling anybody's secrets, because nobody was telling him them.
Yeah, so yeah, poor guy finally dies, and it's like honestly just a relief. And Barristan had him moved to Daenerys's bed, and he was like, the least I can do is let him die in the bed that he worked so hard for, or something bullshit.
Ouch.
But yeah,
Never got to sleep with Dany in the bed, but at least you got to die in it.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, Quentin finally dies. And Barristan is like out on the terrace, and he's looking out, and he's looking out at the pyramids. So the dragons, they be burning. Oh my god, I know this is not good, but I loved it.
It was kind of fun.
Yeah, like they burned down one of the major pyramids, and then they've like made nests in the others. It's just amazing. I love that. Because yeah, fuck these slavers,
Yeah.
And Barristan's like, thank God it's been raining, because if not, like, the whole city could have been on fire. Who knows? Which, that's fine. I don't want the whole city on fire. There's still, like, regular good people in there. It's all these, like, terrible people that I want. Like, I want the dragons to just burn them out. But the dragons also have been kind of subdued a little bit by the rain. They don't like being in it, so they're just, like, nesting away. And what else? So finally, when Quentin dies, he's like, it would have probably been nicer if you'd just been eaten by the dragons, because this is a torturous way to die.
Oh my god, yeah.
And he's like, I'm gonna make sure that Missandei's like, how are we gonna like deal with his body? He's so far away from home. And Barristan's like, I'll make sure he's returned to Dorne. And he's like, yeah, I'm not gonna burn his body, because that just is extra cruel on top of that, to like turn it into ashes. And I'm not gonna boil the skin off the bones. I'll get beetles to clean up the bones, and then we'll send the bones back. Basically.
Oh my god. Aww. But in like a weird way.
Yeah. And then finally he's like, okay, your job is done, Miss Andy. Go sleep. You've been like doing this day and night. And she in turn is like, maybe you should sleep too. And he's like, old people don't need sleep. But in his own heart, he's like, ooh. And really, it's not that I need less sleep. It's also that every time I close my eyes, I get scared that I might never open them again.
Oh my god, Barry.
Other men might wish to die in bed asleep, but that was no death for a knight of the King's Guard. And
damn.
So, yeah, that's his fear.
Wow. Dark.
Yeah. And
we get a book name drop. He should have stayed in Dorne, should have stayed a frog. Not all men are meant to dance with dragons.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I feel like that's the only time we've got like a straight, like, there's been a lot of things with dragons, yeah, but not really dance with dragons until now.
Okay, you know what? I think you're right. I mean, I guess now people are finally dancing with dragons.
Yeah.
The rest of the book, we just had them locked away.
Yep. And, like, thinking of Quentin, he's like, oh, what if Daenerys is, like, suffered a similar death? She could be, like, out somewhere dead. And he's like, no. I saw her. She was riding. And it doesn't matter if other people say they saw her fall. It's fine. She's fine. We're all fine.
Oh my god, yeah. He's like, I cannot have this crisis right now. Like, I'm in too deep.
It's just because it's like every day that passes and she isn't back, it's just getting worse and worse for him. And then the Shade Pate comes up and he's like, good, the guy died. He should have died. He killed my people. And I get him like being mad at that. That makes sense. But also, like, yeah, like, I don't know if I would still be like, good, he's dead.
Yeah. Yeah, and like, he was trying to not kill the dragons, which is what you guys wanted.
Yeah.
But I guess he's like, oh, you were gonna steal them for yourself, you know?
Yeah. And now you've set them loose.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so he's here to be like, okay, meeting's up and going. Let's get to it. And Barristan's reflecting on how, like, you know, he's got this council, but technically he's in charge because he doesn't trust the Shape Paid enough to put him in charge. So he's like, I'll just do the in charge part.
Yeah.
And he's also asking about news of the Green Grace, who he has sent to the Yunkish to, like, come to an agreement about returning the hostages. What did I just say? Hostages? I don't know what I said. I feel like I messed up that word somehow. And she was like, no, Hisdar should do it, and he should be freed. And he was like, and Barristan stood his ground, so she finally had to go.
Yeah.
And we get a little bit like info about the preparations. Like the gates are all closed. They're like catching all the sellswords and Yunkish that were in the city, either arresting or expelling them. Like we were talking about last time, how like they just seem to, the Yunkish just seem to be in the city willy-nilly.
Yeah.
But now that it seems like they're getting a handle on that.
Mm-hmm.
And there's like people in the square, like all the highborn that are like, we want Hisdar back, and blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
And just all these things. And also the Sons of the Harpy have resumed their killings. And
oh my God.
it started with like 3 murders and 9 murders. And now it's like 29 murders in a single night, and it's just getting worse and worse, and all the people that are being killed are like freedmen and Shape Pates, and it's just and they like.
And by the way, we totally did not mention this in the Who Died. We just
all these people. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, this totally slipped my mind. Like, and now I'm like, oh yeah, no, there was actually a lot more death than we said.
Yeah, and they keep like with the bodies, they keep leaving messages like dragons must die, Hargaz the hero, death to Daenerys, and like,
oh my God,
all this shit. And
I'm so tired of hearing about this Hargaz guy, like this martyr that they've got going on. Like,
yeah,
just
that's a purpose martyrs serve, basically.
I know, but I'm tired of hearing about it because I'm like,
okay, well, I don't think we hear about it after this. So,
okay,
and they are like charging all the pyramids the tax, like the blood tax, like for everybody that every single death they have to pay 100 gold pieces from each pyramid. So they are collecting it, but really, the Shape Paid is like, it's money is not going to deter them, blood will. And this is him bringing up we gotta start killing some babies, or the hostages, or like the cupbearers. And Barristan is just like, no, fuck not. And so
he's like, I heard you the first 100 times. No.
Yeah. So they finally make their way to the like hall, like where Daenerys would hold court. And Barristan has gotten rid of frickin' those grotesque dragon thrones that Hisdar had put up. But he didn't bring back Daenerys' bench because he's not holding court. Instead, he's put a big like council table so that all these people can sit around and like talk as peers, which is good. I don't know. I like Barristan.
Yeah.
I like Barristan.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, he like, this isn't necessarily his skill set, but like, he's doing a good job, you know? He's doing his best.
Yeah. So like, the Shape Paid, his people are there. The freedmen companies are there. Grey Worm and the Unsullied are there. The Storm Crows are being represented by like two of the sellswords that have taken over for Dario in his absence. One guy called the Widower, and the other, what's the other one's name? Jokin.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Jokin. Sorry, I don't know. That just that name sounded a bit like a joke, and I was like, really? It is Jokin. Okay, you're right. And there's like the like one remaining Dothraki guy. So like he's got a good variety. In this variety, he has also included some of the pit fighters against the Shape Pate's wishes, because he's like, these people helped Daenerys take the city initially, and they've stayed loyal, like, to Daenerys and to his daughter. So like, let's have them here, and I appreciate that too.
Yeah.
And finally, the best addition is Strong Belwas, the man, the myth, the legend. He has survived this poisoning.
This, like, intense poisoning. This, like, super large dose of poisoning.
He's a little worse for the wear. He's, like, lost a bunch of weight, but he's ready to put it back on and, like, be strong and fight again. So
King. Make him the king.
Yeah, and also like the fact that him and Burston have this, like, you know, history, so it's like nice to have, like, you know, a couple of buds on the council.
True.
So they open with, you know, like, by the way, Quentin's dead. Everybody just is like, oh, good riddance, blah blah blah. And they're also asking about Arch and Drinkwater, and we learn that they have been taken, like, they're prisoners in the pyramid, and they stayed by Quentin's side till the very last moment. Like, Garrus was defending them, and Archibald had actually, like, put out the flames on Quentin's body with his own hands, so his hands also burned, and they were, like, with him. Meanwhile, all the sellswords escaped, and they stayed there by his side.
That makes me so mad. That literally makes me...
I mean, I think later they're like, sellsword's gonna do what sellsword's gonna do. Like,
that's so annoying now. It's like, y'all literally did this. Y'all literally were part of this, and now you just get to leave? Like, come on.
Yeah. And some people want to put them in the fighting pits, and Barristan's like, no, we're not doing the fighting pits. All that blood and stuff can attract the dragons. And they're like, yeah, maybe it'll attract Drogon back. And Barristan really does not want to do that in case Drogon comes back on his own without Daenerys, because that would mean, like, that would signal to everybody Daenerys is dead, and then chaos would erupt.
Yeah.
So he's like, no, we're not going to do that. The dragons will come back when the dragons come back. Or, you know.
Yeah. He's trying to gentle parent all these people.
Yeah. Because, like, as he's reflecting, a young girl she might be, but Daenerys Targaryen was the only thing that held them together. Because these are all people from very different factions, and they might be at each other's throats if it were not for their, like, loyalty or something towards Daenerys, you know?
I'm glad you corrected that.
Yeah, like loyalty or, like, value in scheming.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, so instead what they're doing with the fighting pits is they've, like, herded animals into them to give, like, free pickings to the dragons so that don't kill any other people or, like, you know?
Yeah.
And so far he hasn't heard any news of, like, dragons eating people or anything. So that's good. Yeah. Eating or burning or any of that. The only people that they have killed so far were the slavers, foolish enough to object when Rhaegal attempted to make his lair atop the pyramid of Hazkar. So, yeah, I don't care about them. They can die. And... yeah. Once again, they're talking about, okay, what are we doing with... No, sorry. 1 second. Cross all that out. Yes. Barristan's like, okay, let's move on to some pressing matters. We got the Green Grace negotiating about the hostages, and people are like, they're not going to do it. And also, the Shape-Pate really hates the Green Grace. Like, he's like, slamming the table. She's going to be conspiring with the Yonkish, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, basically, Barristan's like, we are going to ransom them. And everybody's like, yeah, they don't care about gold. But Barristan's like, the sellswords will care about gold. And if they refuse all this gold, they'll get bitter and might cause fractures in their factions.
Mm-hmm.
And this is all Miss Sandy's idea. Like,
Mm-hmm.
this 8-year-old child is literally... No, she's 11. Okay, but still, 11-year-old child is... Like, she's been exposed to so much, like, because she's like a translator scribe. She's been exposed to so much. She's like... And I feel like she's also just like a wise old soul, like in the body of an 11-year-old. But I want her on this council.
Yeah, totally.
You know?
Yeah, she's like on top of her shit. And like Barristan, she literally gave you this plan. Like, bring her on, you know?
Yeah. And the Green Grace is supposed to only offer this gold when all of the commanders are present. So to make sure that the South Swords hear about it and they're like, yeah, whatever, they're going to refuse anyway. And Barristan's like, and if they do, I'll give them fire and blood. And everybody's like, wait, for real? Like, you're going to fight
Are you
them?
sure, Grandpa? Like,
yeah. And he's like, they're like, are you sure you'll break Hisdar's peace? I would shatter it.
Ooh, okay, tough.
Once long ago, a prince had named him Barristan the Bold. A part of that boy was still in him. So
iconic.
They've got like shit in. They've built like a beacon on the top of the pyramid, and once it's lit, everybody be ready to fight. We're just gonna like go out and do it, and basically spend the rest of this meeting figuring out how they will fight when the time comes.
Yeah.
And it takes them like a whole day basically. But luckily, like later on, this day is when they need to probably like light the beacon. So good thing they figured this out today and didn't leave it till tomorrow, you know?
Yeah. No. And I know that like by the end they hadn't quite agreed on like specific battle strategies, which we'll talk about, but I'm glad that they had at least agreed on like how to get it going. Yeah,
well,
like
I do think they had agreed on some specifics.
Did they? Okay, but wasn't he like, yeah, but we weren't able to work like everything out as much as I wanted?
Maybe. I don't know. But like basically everybody has like all these thoughts about what they should do. One guy's like, we should like once we break through their ranks, we should keep marching straight to Young Kai so that they have to break the siege and follow us. And this one of the pit fighters is like, oh, we should do single combat. And then Strong Balwas is like, yeah, I'll do it. And
no, and then Strong Balwas is like, good idea, Kat, but it'll be me instead of you.
Yeah.
They're just, because they've got the fighting experience, so they're like, let me save us.
One of the fighters is like, we should, go down the river and put fighters behind the Yunkish to take them from there. And everybody's like, the Yunkish are great, but like the Unsullied are our best soldiers. Not the Yunkish are great. What am I talking about? But nobody knows exactly how to deploy them. And people are like, oh, they should be split into amongst the 3 freedmen companies because the freedmen aren't as strong on their own. And some people are like, oh, they should be in the flanks or they should be in the vanguard or something. Like, they're just like keep suggesting all these different things.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I was like hoping Grey Worm, who is the leader of the Unsullied and knows how the Unsullied operate, would like actually give ideas, but he like, just says,
"Yeah, bro,
we'll do
tell
what
me
we're
what you
told."
want me to do.
I kind of didn't like that.
Yeah.
Like, I know that's supposed to be like that's how they're trained. They're like ingrained to obey, blah blah blah. But we also know that they're people and like they know how to fight and they're smart. And like I wanted Grey Worm to like offer, like for example, when they're like, let's split the Unsullied amongst the 3 companies, I wanted him to be like, no, actually the Unsullied strength lies in our unity and numbers. Like, let's not, like, I wanted him to have some say into how the Unsullied function.
Yeah. I think he's just in a room with people who all want to give their opinion and he's kind of more like chill, Like, like these are all kind of intense people. Like the Shave Pate, like banging the table and being like, Green Grace, like, and then like Strong Balwas and Kat being like, no, I'll take the fight. Like I think these are just really, like, I think like sometimes just in a room of like strong personalities, like the chill people can kind of just get lost, you know?
Yeah, but I don't know. I still, I don't know. I feel like George R. R. Martin was kind of leaning on like the unsullied, like almost stereotype,
Yeah.
rather than letting them develop into more complicated characters. I don't know. Okay, so when all had been discussed, debated, and decided, they have one final point to discuss. So this is like the fact that they had discussed, debated, and decided. I feel like they did come to some kind of a strategic agreement.
Mm-hmm.
Like you were asking, did they come to an agreement?
Oh, okay, right.
Right.
Yeah, I guess I just remembered all the talking about it, and
Yeah, that's like all the options that were suggested. We don't know exactly
right.
what was decided, but it does say things were decided.
Okay, I am so glad, because I was kind of worried about that at the end when everything went
No,
down. I was like, oh my god, did they even figure that out yet? Like,
yeah. So finally somebody's like, okay, when we do this, will the dragons come join us? Will they join the fight? And Barristan's like, in his head, oh yeah, they'll definitely come, from the scent of the blood and the screams and all. But when they arrive, will they know which side to fight for, or will they just burn everybody to the ground?
and that's a good question, Barry.
Yeah.
You tell us.
And he's like, well, the dragons will do what the dragons will do. So let's worry about what we can do.
Man.
And then,
Ouch.
so they leave. Grey Worm stays behind, and he's asking about how they're, like, as soon as they attack, the hostages will be killed. And Barristan's like, actually, I have a plan for that. Leave it to me. And so he then goes down to the dungeons to visit Arch and Drinkwater. And he takes two. He says he took two of his new made knights, so he has finally knighted a couple of his squires.
Oh my god, iconic.
Yeah, I guess now he's like, okay, I'm in power, so like there's less chance that they will be killed by association with me.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, because even last time he was like tempted. He was like, why don't I just do it now? Oh wait, because I don't know how this next day is gonna look and what my reputation will be like. Oh my god, yay, I'm glad he did that, because he's been looking forward to that for so long.
Yeah. And so he finally gets there. They're obviously, stricken with grief and guilt, and he gives them the news. And Archibald's like, I told him not to do it. Oh no, it's not. No, it's Garrus Drinkwater who's like, I told him not to do it. Your bitch queen laughed at him. And Barristan's like, she never laughed. If you knew her, you would know that. Okay.
You pointed out that time she did
She
laugh.
definitely did laugh at him, like, once, right? Like,
yeah. I think this is just Barry's loyalty. Like, no, I think he just doesn't remember. I think he sees her through a very specific lens. Yeah. And I think that's just his, like, the Kingsguard, like, I will defend, like, my person through it all.
Yeah, or maybe he's like, oh, he laughed at her, like, she laughed at him being named Frog, not at his, like, whole being. Yeah. But really,
she was laughing at him. Yeah, honestly, I feel like he just does not want to see her that way, and so he doesn't. Because I feel like it's interesting, even, like, all the shit of this book, like, he just kind of lets it roll off his back. Like, I've never seen him begrudge any of it to her, like, even once. And, like, I'm not saying this is a bad thing. I'm just saying, clearly he only takes in the things he likes, So it makes total sense to me that he's just like, she would never do that, Like, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if I agree 100%. Like, he does, like, he's like, she's too attached to that Dario.
Yeah, right.
She's like, like, young girls will always choose a pretty face and blah, blah, blah. All those things.
Yeah, I forgot he said that. Yeah.
But yeah, Garrus goes on to, like, be more insulting, and Barristan's like, shut up. Like, you better watch your tongue.
Barristan already didn't like him.
This guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly,
okay, later on, I didn't really begrudge Drinkwater this, because I kind of was like, yeah, man. Get it out.
Like,
Your
not
friend's
really,
dead.
but I feel like I trust Barristan's instinct. So the fact that he doesn't like this guy, I'm like, I don't know.
Right.
Because later on, he's like, the Dornish men were knights, at least in name. The only Ironwood impressed him as having the true steel. Drinkwater had a pretty face, a glib tongue, and a fine head of hair. And that is like the sharpest insult you could like throw it. Yeah. That was such a burn.
Yeah, that was good. That was good. But I was like, damn, Barry, you really don't like this guy.
Yeah. And they're trying to be like, he loved her. He did this for her love. And Barristan's trying to be like, no, he came too late and he offered too little. And then he did this thing with the dragons, which is basically treason. And they're like, no, you never knew him. He wanted to prove himself worth. Like, we know it was kind of a little bit of that too, but I think Barristan eventually is like, no, shut up. We all know why he was here. He was here for Dorne. Duty brought him here. Duty, honor, thirst for glory, never love. Quentyn was here for dragons, not Daenerys. And even like in his chapter, remember when he was like, Daenerys is only the means to the dragons. The dragons are what matter. Like, yeah.
Exactly. No, and I loved Barry clocking this because he's like, do you take me for some doting grandfather? I'm like, what do you think you think I just am here? Like, what? And I was like, that's so good. But then also when he's like, like, Quentyn was our friend, yes, a bit of a fool, you might say, but all dreamers are fools. But first and last, he was our prince. We owed him our obedience.
Yeah.
And then Barristan Selmy couldn't dispute the truth of that. And then he's thinking on how he spent his whole life just kind of, like, following people who don't necessarily deserve it. And he's like, okay, whatever. But then I love that he admits that, but then immediately, like, at the end of that page is, like, clocks them, like, right back, So it's good, because it's, like, they both have points, and it's just kind of funny, because I think there was a chapter where I was like, Drinkwater is so annoying, but I think I'm kind of over that now. Like, I no longer think that he's, like, really annoying, so now this is just kind of, like, a funny interaction. Like, I literally was like, go for it, divas,
Yeah. So, yeah, Drinkwater doesn't want to give up arguing on behalf of Quentyn, but Arch is like, no, he's dead. Words are not going to bring him back. Shut up before I stick my mouth. Shut your bloody mouth before I stick my fist in it. And then he turns to Barristan and is like, okay, so why are you here? What are you planning to do with us? And Barristan's like, yeah, well, the Shapehater wants you dead because you killed all of his people. And they were like, yeah, we didn't kill all the people, but Arch is like, yeah, but it doesn't really make a difference because we were still responsible. But Archibald is also smart enough to know that he wouldn't be coming to talk to them if all he meant to do was hang them. So Barristan's like, yeah, I have something for you. Serve me, and afterward I will arrange a ship to take you back to Dorne, and I'll give you Prince Quentyn's bones to return to his Lord Father. And they're like, first off, Arch is like, not ships again, but I guess we gotta go do this thing. Like, we gotta go home eventually.
This poor guy, man.
Yeah, so his plan...
He's gonna be so happy when planes are invented.
Wait, are you sarcastic or?
Yeah, obviously.
Okay, well, I don't know, but maybe some people do prefer planes to ships. Like, they don't get the seasickness on planes. That they on.
Sorry, no. Well, I am being serious, actually. No,
okay.
I just meant like, I'm joking about the fact that obviously he's not going to live that long.
Oh, okay. I thought you were being sarcastic, like, oh, if he doesn't like ships, he's definitely going to hate planes.
No, I think it's completely different. Like,
okay.
I think it's completely different. It's a different
That's why I was clarifying. I don't know. A very, astute point for us to discuss for 5 minutes. So first, before he tells them what he wants, he's like, so what did Quentyn promise that tattered prince? And turns out he promised Pentos, which, like, obviously, Barristan's like, yeah, God. Well, obviously. That's the only reason why the tattered prince would do anything.
Literally.
And
once again, Barry, like, you're on top of it.
yeah, and then he gets them to give him like a little summary of what happened in the last chapter, basically.
Yeah.
What the new thing is, like, not the new, but like what didn't happen during the chapter was that all the sellswords fled like as soon as there was trouble.
Mm-hmm.
And Archibald is also like kind of reflecting like maybe that guy loosed the crossbow bolt because the plan for them was always to kill the dragons. Like, we don't know.
Right.
Do you think that they might have been planning to kill the dragons?
I
Like,
don't
that's what the
think
young
so,
fish
though,
want.
because I don't think that they needed, like, what, like, was Quentin just like the guy they could sacrifice and then run off? But I guess it just feels like awfully complicated.
I guess, like, if for them to want the dragons dead, I think the Chatter Prince would have to be more, like, a lot more loyal to the Younkish than I think he is, so I don't think this is
I think
true.
it also maybe could be, like, especially because now the Younkish, like, there's, like, a bunch of different, cooks in the kitchen, so maybe one of them promised it to him, and, like, he's the one who wants to take, like, maybe, like, I do think it's possible that maybe, like, Pentos was promised to him by someone else or something, even though I do think it's unlikely, because I just don't think that you'd, like, promise one of your random sellsword companies that. But also, clearly these commanders are not the smartest people ever. But I think, like, this could be true, there's a possibility, but I just think it's awful convoluted for it to be true.
Right. Anyway, the point is they ran right away, and they started the trouble. So Barristan now comes around to his plan. He's like, okay, we still got those windblown that were going to be like fake deserters.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to send them back to the Tattered Prince, and you're going to go with them.
Mm-hmm.
And you're just going to blend in. Like, in the camps, nobody's going to notice that you're like on our side or anything. And when you get there, you're going to talk to the Tattered Prince for him. Tell him that I sent you, that I speak with the Queen's voice. Tell him that we'll pay his price if he delivers us our hostages unharmed and whole. So that's his plan for the hostages. And also, he's now Barristan is also promising this guy Pentos, which is a lot.
This is where I was like, oh, okay, Barry, like obvious, like, I'm glad that Barristan, like, understands the importance of, like, oh, like, Dany's really gonna care about Dario, like, that would be a shock to her system, and, like, oh, like, obviously we care about her blood rider, and the other, like, Freedman Company guy as well, like, obviously we care about these people, whatever, and all that, but, like, I'm just glad that, like, I'm glad that Barristan cares enough about them to not just kind of be like, oh, like, what's, like, oh, are they useful enough for me to save? Like, I'm glad that he's not thinking about it in that way. But promising him Pentos is a lot. And I know that he hasn't exactly said that, but it's implied, and it's like, this is where I'm kind of like, okay, Barry, I don't know how long, like, clearly we haven't played this game for that long, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know either. I wonder if it has something to do with, like, maybe he's like, I will honor Quentin's, like, promise, and, like, this way.
Yeah,
like,
in his dying, or
dying something.
Days. Yeah, maybe. Like, especially because he asks, like, because he's like, tell me, oh, he promised in Pentos, and then Archibald is like, they made marks on a paper, and then Barry's like, there's a chance here. So I guess maybe he's like, oh, whatever, I'll honor the contract, like, I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see. But
yeah, I guess that there's a chance here. He's just trying to figure out, like, oh, like, if they signed papers, like, Tattered Prince was probably serious about following through, so maybe now he will, if, like, I can promise him the same thing. Yeah, anyway, this I just kind of was like, okay, go Grandpa, but, like,
yeah,
and
Barristan's not the kind of person to, like, promise this and then, like,
totally,
not deliver. Like, he if he does it, with all honor and all, he means to, like, deliver on it.
This man has a conundrum every time he has to do something slightly dishonorable. Like, he's not gonna lie to his face. Like,
yeah. So
Yeah.
at first they're like, no, they're probably gonna kill us. Like if we show our faces ever again, they won't do this. And Barristan's like, okay, I guess that's fine if you don't want to. And Drinkwater's like, can we have a minute to talk amongst ourselves? And Barristan's simply like, no. And then I'll do it, offered Sir Archibald, just so long as there's no bloody boats involved. Drink will do it too.
God.
He grinned. He don't know it yet, but he will. And that was done.
Iconic.
So at least Barristan has like some plan in place, you know, like the success of this plan is probably like a 50% chance, but like still, you know,
Yeah.
he's got a plan. Okay, so then he goes back up to the top and he hangs out for a little bit, and he's like watching in the distance Viserion flying, and he's like, the guy's probably not that guy, but the dragon's probably hunting, and he's wondering where Rhaegal is, because thus far the green dragon had shown himself to be more dangerous than the white. So
oh my god,
that's interesting news to us. Yeah, and he's like, yeah, what am I doing? I was not made for this. Other Kingsguard had served his hand, but it's, you know, they feel as lost and confused as I do.
Oh, Barry.
As he's doing this, the Green Grace arrives. And
this girl, I can't. As soon as this was another thing. As soon as he was like, I've sent the Green Grace to do this, I was like, we're screwed.
Why? Like, what are your thoughts about her?
She just is so like, his daughter. Like, my impression of Green Grace is the lady who every time she met with Dany would be like, you need to marry Hisdar now, or else we're in grave danger. We're all gonna die if you don't marry Hisdar. We're all gonna die if you don't marry Hisdar. So I just was like, she's gonna be on the same shit, and then she was. You know? Like, not that, like, oh, I don't trust her to genuinely try with Yunkai, because I wouldn't go that far, but I just was like, hey, Barry, just be careful, because she's got a bias.
Yeah, for sure. And I think he is aware of that bias, so, like...
Yeah. Yeah, it's fine. Like, you gotta use all your people, and, like, I think in terms of diplomacy, like, she's probably one of the good ones, because I think she's good at, like, not... Like, she's good at not totally, like, not showing you exactly what she's up to or, like, what she's thinking and whatever. But I just was like, girl, I don't like you, you know? No.
Well, Barristan has a good opinion of her. He says this is a strong woman and she has been a faithful friend to Daenerys. And she's, like, older than him, and, she lifts her veil to drink some juice at one point, and he's like, she's at least like 20 years older than me, so like,
oh my God,
she's old, or like regular old, but in Barristan's head, like, old, because he himself is like, I'm so old, so like,
right. Oh my God.
So she's like, can I see Hisdar? And he's like, yeah, maybe as soon as he's unharmed, as soon as he's proven, if it can be proved that he did not try to kill our queen, he will be freed. So this is like the guilty until proven innocent.
Literally. Yeah.
But honestly, we needed Barristan to be in charge. So I don't even currently mind that they're like employing that instead of the innocent until proven guilty mindset.
Yeah. Also, they do this to all of our faves, so it's fine if it happens to a non-fave here.
Right. And yeah, until such time, Meereen will be ruled by a council of the loyal and just. And he's like, you have a seat on the council if you want it.
You have much to teach us all. Your benevolence. We need your wisdom. I was like, Barry, you're laying it on thick. And even the Green Grace is like, I fear you flattered me with empty courtesies.
Yeah,
and
if you, but then she's like, if you really think I'm wise, free Hisdar. And he's like, no, that's not happening. And then she's like, the peace that we worked so hard to forge flutters like a leaf in an autumn wind. Yeah, like the piece where y'all got whatever you wanted, and then everybody else suffered. Like, it's not.
Yeah.
Okay, well. Okay, wait. I don't know. This is a long time, but I think this was a long time ago. But the last time I remember thinking about this, I was like, she's the harpy.
Really?
I don't know. She's just like, she's like staying in everybody's good graces, pun intended. But like she's be scheming.
Honestly, I think you might be hitting something. Because I just don't vibe with her, and especially this like very this very like vehement like defense of his
Yeah,
star,
I think like
and this
his
very,
star is
like,
just like the
oh, absolutely,
like
just
the
like a
puppet.
mouthpiece.
Yeah, the mouthpiece, a puppet that they control. And I think
Totally.
yeah, like it first
Yeah,
off, like really I don't think that I
the
don't
harpy is one
really think
person.
that the harpy is one person or anything,
Totally,
but if
yeah.
it is one person, I feel
It's
like
her.
it's her.
Yeah, no, she's definitely, yeah. You know what? Yeah. As soon as you said that, I'm like, yeah, I'm locked into that theory. I'm like, yeah, cause she's always icked me, and I think maybe that's why she very much seems like the harpy.
Yeah. And just like his star can stop the killings like he did before, and obviously Barristan in his head is like, how did he do that if he
If he's not the harpy.
isn't.
Oh, and
Yeah.
it's also interesting because she's complaining about everything else. She's like, people are running away. She's like, the pyramids are collapsing. And she's like, my people have lost all hope and turned against the gods themselves, giving over their nights to drunkenness and fornication. And then Barristan has to be like, yeah, and the sons of the harpy murdered 30 people. That does not come up in her list of.
Or maybe she didn't know it because she's been gone all day.
Oh, maybe.
I don't know, but
she's
like
always in the know, though.
She is doing she literally says, peace is the pearl beyond price. Like,
yeah,
like
girl.
above the like well-being of all the freed people. And she's like putting all that. Like, I don't know. And she's insisting that his star is innocent, and Barristan, at least I to give him credit, he's in his head like, oh, how can you be sure unless you know the poisoner? And I wanted him to be like, unless you are the poisoner,
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah. But he's like, okay, so I gave you a job. How did it go? She's like, it went how I said it would go. They refused. The only price they'll agree to is the blood of the dragons. Sorry. Yeah. I don't know. I just got like really
got lost in the sauce.
Yes.
Yeah.
Basically, they want the dragons dead, and then they'll return the hostages. And even at that point, who's to say they'll return the hostages?
Yeah. Yeah. Ugh.
Yeah, and she seems also he's like, no, we can't. Like, the dragons are Daenerys's. She is the mother of dragons, and she is like, no, Daenerys be dead. So either like she's also putting that out there. And as they're talking about this, when the Shape comes running in, and he's like, the Younkish, they've got the trebuchets going. And Barristan's like, yeah, well, if they want war, I'll give them war.
Dun,
war,
dun,
I
dun.
understand. If they think they'll break Marine by throwing stones, and then it turns out they're not throwing stones. They're throwing corpses.
Oh my god.
Just, okay.
Okay, sorry, I just have a clarifying question. Did she... So I guess they told her, like, we're gonna throw like, why does she know that they're throwing corpses?
I bet they were like, if
we're gonna do this? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, that makes sense, but I just wanted to make
maybe
sure,
she was like, the best
way
way to break a city, it's by disease. Throw us some of those diseased corpses. Like,
right.
Maybe she gave them the idea. Who knows?
Right. That's
like,
true.
If she is as evil as we think she is.
Right. And then she's probably been in on those meetings with his Dar and the Younkish. Oh my god. Oops, accidentally just almost dropped my mic. Okay. Yeah, because, then she totally could have been in on those meetings with his Dar and, like, Yunkai and them. Yeah, okay, because I was just making sure, I was like, she doesn't have the gift of, like, seeing in the future or something, right? Like, just making sure.
I don't think we're aware of any supernatural powers from her.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so they're throwing corpses, which will probably, they're probably like diseased corpses.
Yeah.
Like the disease is already killing people. Now it's going to be even more killing people.
Yeah.
But they're going to war. So they're probably like, I know I'm like, I should be asking you for predictions, but I'm just saying they're probably going to light that beacon and they're going to go out and fight.
Yeah, I think so.
How do you think that's going to go? The fight part.
Ooh, okay. I think the fight is going to go well. I think like
we
got like so many different types of like I do still kind of have my reservations sort of about like, oh my god, what's her name? Like the Green Grace and like whatever. But the nice thing about this, I think, is that the Green Grace does not have like soldiers to command and shit, like she's like, she has more of this like advisory role and stuff, which is kind of over. Or not over, obviously, but like she's not going to be directly involved in the fighting. So like I think that like everyone going out to fight, everyone lead, like I think that I kind of trust these people. We got the Unsullied. I think that and also I think I remember that like Marine, at least up until this point before they started throwing people over, is like is suffering less from the Pale Mare than like the Yunkish are. So I feel like
relatively.
all of these, like of course, but I feel like these things are good, and then especially if we're able to put some of those other things into motion.
And we've seen how scattered the Yunkish are. Like, they are not ready for a fight. And then if Tyrion convinces Brown Ben Plum to, like, turn cloaks and the Tattered Prince turn...
Like we know that none of our people are going to turn cloaks. So I think, at least, there's nobody that I suspect currently of turn cloaking. So I hope that stays true.
I don't know about the Shape Pate. He's just, like, too up in everything.
The Shave Pate is very, but I still think he's not gonna turn. I think the thing about the Shave Pate is I feel like he wants the power and he wants it bad and he wants to get all the people that he hates out. Like I don't see him turning to the Yunkish,
right,
but
enough.
I do see him being like, let me just take this opportunity to kill the Green Grace or go kill his Dar, or actually I don't like the way Barry's leading. Like I expect him to, I think he would do more damage by turning in on our own people than like trying to help the others, which is still bad but different. But I think I don't think anyone's gonna turn cloak, and I think you're right. Yeah, like on the other side we have possibilities for turn cloaking, and then especially if our hostages can be saved via like the Tattered Prince plan.
Well,
I just hope we're able to put that into motion before, like, I just hope like before Barry has to go into battle, like he can, like they can do all the things, you know? Okay. Just because like this is a quicker turnaround than they thought it was going to be. So
say he's able to like get them to the Tattered Prince in time. Yeah. Will the Tattered Prince like agree? And then if he agrees, will he be able to save the hostages?
I think so.
So yes to both.
I think so. Yes.
Okay. Cool. Yes. Do I have anything else to predict on? I don't think so. Well, here's what I think. Mm-hmm. I do think they're gonna win this. Mm-hmm. Like, I feel like it's, Barristan's gonna go out, be fighting from that front. Mm-hmm. Tyrion's gonna turn Brown Ben Plum. They're gonna be fighting. Mm-hmm. The Tattered Prince is gonna join them. And then, like, Victarion's gonna come and, like, fight the Yunkish. And, like, maybe Daenerys comes on a dragon and, like, burns, like, everybody to the ground. Not everybody, the evil people. But I do think they will be successful. Mm-hmm. But I also think that Barristan's gonna die.
Oh my god, Kate, you're not gonna believe me, but that was my last thing. I was, especially because in
Why
this
didn't
chapter,
you say it then?
Oh my god, because you got excited, you started talking. No, because even in this chapter, he's like, well, that's not a good way for a fella like me to go out and I feel like we've been set up for it.
And he's always been
like
all these like people I was sworn to protect have died before me, like, and this he's gonna like die protecting Daenerys' like vision and whatnot.
Yeah, totally. And then it'll be even more depressing because her like Sir Uncle is gone.
Yeah.
by the time she gets back. And then she'll have one more death to reckon with after she's finally finished dealing with all the other ones.
Yeah, and it also makes like room for Tyrion to get up in there, you know?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Like, I feel like if
I didn't even think about
Barristan
that.
and Tyrion are both, like, you know, together, like, I feel like Barristan has enough bias against, like, Tyrion and the Lannisters
that
to, like,
would just never happen.
Yeah. So,
Right.
and, like, you know, Daddy will be in dire need of some advisors, so,
Right.
like...
Totally, yeah. Yeah, especially with this, like... Yeah, it is interesting, though, because she's always, like, romanticizing and remembering Jorah, too.
Oh, yeah.
So I feel like, and I know that, like, this chapter is her being like, okay, yeah, but you were also weird. So I don't really know, like, what the conclusion of that's gonna be, but I also wouldn't be shocked if she still was willing to accept him back. Like, just with some boundaries or something.
I agree.
So that could also be a way to get Tyrion back in, you know? Like, in an ideal world, Barry doesn't die, and we can just bring Jorah and Tyrion back, and Barry goes back to his, like...
In an ideal world,
not my business.
Jorah dies instead of Barristan, but I don't think Jorah's gonna die until, like, Daenerys sees him again.
Right. Yeah, I think so. But I think it would be... Yeah, I also think it would be really interesting to have, like, obviously Barristan could die, like, honor on the field, like, with his valor, whatever. He could, and that would be fine, and I know that's what he'd want, but I feel like it's gonna be more devastating. Like, it's gonna be like the tattered prince, like, wasn't able to get the hostages, and, like, everything else is working out, and Barristan is like, this is, like, I'm willing to die to save these hostages because I've already done everything else, and, like, Dany's on her way back. Like, it'll be like he'll die doing something dishonorable, and then it'll be, like, depressing, but it'll also be like, but he did it for Dany, and it was like his one time, like, risking
we already
it all.
had that with Ned. Like, he lied to save his kids and he still died. Like, we already had that.
No, but this is different, though, because Ned lied to save his kids, and, like, Ned wasn't like, I'm sacrificing myself for my kids. Ned was like, I'm sacrificing my honor for my kids. But I feel like Barristan is sacrificing his honor, but he's also, like, is going into it knowing that's how he dies, even though, like, how he dies is really important to him. Like, it's a different type of dying while losing your honor. Like, I feel like it's, like, exploring it from a different side.
I don't know why, but I just don't think he will, like, I think he'll die with honor.
Yeah, but I think it would be like the perfect conclusion to his arc, because it would be like, because it's like he like, there have been moments where he's willing to let go of it, but he hasn't, like, he still is like, this is what's, like, ultimate for me, you know? So I feel like it would, and, like, just his whole thing of, like, oh, I protected all, like, I kept my honor and protected all these people I didn't really, like, if I'd thought about it, I wouldn't have really wanted to protect, whereas here it's kind of flipping it. He's, like, dishonorable, but for someone he respects. Like, so it's, like, what is honor, you know?
Maybe. But I do think ultimately George R. R. Martin does believe in being honorable.
Yeah, but I think that's, like, part of it. It's like, well, is it really dishonorable for me to go, like, I think that's part of the question. It's part of the arc. It's like, well, the things he's done are, like, is that dishonorable? Like, if that's your circumstance, if that's your surroundings, and it's the best way, and it's not just about you, like, you're trying to help other people, you're trying to, like, achieve your ultimate mission. Like, I think there's, like, I don't think he has
like,
to, like,
what dishonorable thing could he do in the middle of battle?
I don't know. I haven't thought of that. I'm not the one writing the story, but I just feel like there's a way to make
no
it,
one's
like...
writing the story, so...
So I may as well.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'll think on it, but I just feel like there's a way to, like, to show that without, like, Barristan having to flip on to being, like, a bad person or something. Like,
okay. All right.
Like,
Let's move on.
Okay, no, I'm just gonna finish my thought. Like, for example, the way he's maintained, like, one of the ways he, like, is definitely not gonna lose his honor is, like, the not killing those kids. Like, I think he's not gonna do that no matter what. So then that's George R. R. Martin showing, like, okay, well, you got to be honorable, like, you don't want to let innocent people die, whatever. But I think it's, like, letting go of all these other things that we associate with honor. Like, oh, it has to be, like, perfectly honest. It has to be, like, whatever. Like, I feel like it'll just be exploring some more of, like, the shenanigans. Like, just seeing, like, what he's willing to do that he's always felt was, like, oh, that's kind of icky. I'm not going to do that, you know?
Okay. All right. Moving on.
Sure.
So, Daenerys. She is on Dragonstone. Look at all the ground she's covered.
When I first read Dragonstone, I was like, hold on now. And then I was like, never mind. Keep holding. Hold the phone.
Yeah. So, Drogon flew her to this, like, basically rock in the middle of the Dothraki Sea that he has made into a little bit of a home for himself. Mm-hmm. Like, this is where he returns to every night. So that's nice. But we catch up with Dany.
I don't know if this is sad or sweet, or I just was kind of like, oh, okay, Drogon, like, you've just kind of been here on your own for so long.
Yeah. So Daenerys is calling it Dragonstone, you know, because it's the, like, a rock in the middle of a sea, but the Dothraki Sea. And we catch up with her as she is leaving this place. And she's, like, hungry and malnourished and fevered, and her skin, her hands are, like, still healing from the burns. Now, later on, she's like, my hair lit on fire, but my skin was unscathed. I think these are, like burns from holding on to Drogon. Do you know what I mean? And not fire burns. These are, like, friction burns.
Oh, okay.
That's what I think.
Like, they're going to become calluses, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Eventually. But it's just going to take longer and it'll be harder because he's a dragon and not, like, a monkey bar.
Sure.
Like, is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying, like, because, like, she's saying, you know, my burns are healing. And then initially when you think that, you're like, oh, Drogon, fire. But I think it's not like the fire burns. It's like burns from friction of holding on, like riding Drogon.
Okay. So what I said makes sense. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know what you said. I think, okay. Anyway. And, yeah, so basically the question is, like, is she fireproof? It's like that question still remains. It seems like Drogon burned her hair off, but her skin was unscathed. So I do think, like, or at least in some, like, very passionate instances, she can be fireproof or something, you know?
Yeah, I do think she's, like, fire resistant, but not fireproof. Because I guess I just didn't expect her hair to burn off. So...
Yeah, but her hair burned off when she went into the pyre, like, at the end of book 1 too.
Oh yeah, I didn't remember that at all.
No, but she talks about it here.
No, but I'm saying before reading this chapter, like when I was like, oh, Dany's gonna be perfectly fine. Like when I was telling you that, I was thinking she was like fireproof, but now I'm starting to think she's fire resistant and not fireproof.
Okay. And the difference is just the hair?
No, the hair, and like she could still be burned, but like it's harder to burn her. Like, for example, or actually, I don't think Quentin's a good example because it was a different situation. But like she can be burnt, like if it's bad enough, I think, or like if the dragon like really. Like, if her dragon really intended to harm her, or if the burn was bad enough, I think she could be burnt. But then I think, like, most, like, minor burns would do nothing. Most, like, even something like this didn't really do anything to her.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, so she has been, like, here for weeks. Like, basically, this chapter is happening when Barristan's chapter is happening, I feel like. I don't know, but I will assume that.
Yeah.
But finally,
right.
Yeah, she's like been on this retreat, and then finally a couple days ago, she like got up high and like looked out, and she saw a little stream, and she's like, okay, cool. If I just follow that stream, it'll lead me to the river, and the river will lead me to the sea, and then I will be back at Marine.
Easy as that.
Yeah. And she has been learning to like ride Drogon, and she says the dragon lords of old Valyria had controlled their mounts with binding spells and sorceress horns. Daenerys made do with the word and a whip. So like she also has heard of these sorceress horns and stuff. So maybe there is something to the horn Victarion's carrying. But she's been
this is kind of scary because I'm like,
Yeah.
oh girl, I thought like naively I was like, oh, like you're gonna be a perfect dragon rider the first time you try, and now I'm just like, okay, I just need you to hurry along on this training journey before like Victarion or someone else comes in and blows a horn, you know?
Right. Yeah, and she says it's like learning to ride all over again, because when you like whip a horse on the right side, it runs away from it to the left. Whereas with a dragon, their instinct is to go towards the attack. So like if you whip him on the right, he goes right. And sometimes he just goes wherever he wants, and she has no choice. Neither whip nor words could turn Drogon if he did not wish to be turned.
Ouch.
And every night, like, so she's been like going on these like flights with him, and every night he returns to this Dragonstone. And she's like, this is his home, but not mine. My home is Marine. That was where she belonged, surely.
Dude.
And this is where she's doing the, if I look back, I am lost. I gotta keep going. Like,
oh my God.
Because eventually at the end of the chapter, it's like, okay, if I want to go forward, I gotta go back. But yeah. And she's just loving the whole dragon rider thing. Like, she loves flying. She loves being up above the whole world where no one can touch her. And she's just really loving it. But she's like, a girl might spend her life at play, but I am a woman grown. I got responsibilities. I got to get back to Marine.
Oh my God.
Back to my noble husband, his dar of the tepid kisses, which is so sad.
Please, Dany.
Yeah, and she is real ragged. Like, she got her, like, her tokar fell away, and, you know, and one of her sandals fell away, so she left the other one back on Dragonstone, because what's she gonna do with one sandal? All she's got is, like, her, like, undershirt type thing.
Yeah.
And she's also, like, torn off parts of it to make bandages, and she's, like, super...
God, this girl.
She's, yeah, like, she's been malnourished, so she's super skinny and, like, weak, and... Yeah. And she says, you know, hers had been a lonely sojourn, but for most of it she had been hurt and hungry, yet despite it all, she had been strangely happy here. And she's like, you know what? If I got the chance, I would do it all over again, but now it's time to go back.
Aww.
Yeah, like, she's like living out in the wild where she's used to living in palaces. So this was a real change for her, but she was basically doing like, yeah, she was like on a nature retreat basically this whole time.
Yeah, totally.
Just learning to connect with herself and her dragon.
Yeah, totally. And I think this was good for her. She needed like a complete change of scenery to get back to herself, for sure.
Yeah.
Like, and
she has been feeding herself with like some random vegetation she found on the hill, plus like there's like a little spring fed pool outside of Drogon's cave that like had some fish, so she was able to catch a fish one time. And then most of the other times she's been like eating off of Drogon's leavings. So yeah, but like, just she's not well fed enough. Like,
yeah. Ugh.
And it's like getting super cold, and like the grass and the Dothraki Sea is turning yellow, and soon it's gonna be brown and dying. And and all she's got is like this one little undershirt. It's, oh my God.
Yeah, this is so it's so bleak.
As she's walking through the grass, she's remembering her days with the Dothraki, like in the Dothraki Sea, and she's like, that was the happiest I had been since those days back in Bravos, but that ended.
LOL.
when Drogo died and all that went down, and she's like remembering for later our convenience how Kopono was one of the guys that like went off and like declared himself Cal, and then Ko Jacko became Kal Jacko. And is this the guy that shows up at the end, right?
Yes, yeah.
And we've also been hearing about Dothraki herds like heading towards Marine, so like you know, like
yeah, he might have specifically been seeking her out, like
or maybe or just like you know, like foreshadowing, like they're gonna meet at some point, or something.
Yeah. But can you imagine though if he was like if he's still holding a grudge and all the things, and now there's a face off, you know?
Yeah, and she's also thinking about how the only reason she was left alone by the Dothraki was because she like gave like these dragons were born and she emerged from fire and smoke and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But otherwise, they would have dragged her back to Weiss Dothrak to be one of the Dosh Khalid.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And this is when she's remembering the fire burned away my hair, but elsewhere it did not touch me. It had been the same in Daznak's pit. So,
wow.
Just that. She's remembering being, you know, like flying and being in the pit, and how Drogon was being attacked, and how like his wings were being, like the membranes of his wings were being tore through with arrows, and how like all his wounds were smoking, and like the arrow bolts would burst into flames when they went through him. Like, so he's literally fire made flesh, you know?
That is amazing, but so scary.
Yeah. And we also saw, like, in Quentin's chapter, their blood is, like, glowing, like, red and like, gold and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he had taken, like, Drogon flew away with Daenerys, and she was like, if I fall and die here, it'll, you know what? At least it will have been worth it. Like, she just loved the flying so much. Yeah. And they had flown across the river, you know, we heard about this.
Yeah.
And this is where she arrived. And now her hair's growing out again, but, you know, once again, slowly. So she's got like a buzz cut or a pixie cut at the moment. Oh, her and Cersei can match now.
Oh my god. Please.
Twinsies.
Yeah. Twin, where have you been? In the Dothraki Sea. In the dungeons. Sorry. Maybe I should write a song about these characters.
You should. So by the time she gets to that little stream she had seen, it's like, it's the afternoon, and it's like the stream is a very generous word for it. It's like she calls it a rill, a rivulet, a trickle, no wider than her skinny ass arm.
Wow.
Yeah. And she's like, she like washes her face, and she's like, I could wish for colder, clearer water, but if I'm gonna be wishing, I'm gonna wish for rescue. And this is when she's like, maybe Barristan will come, maybe the Dothraki, maybe Dario, like all this stuff.
Yeah.
And she's got all these, also like, she's like, oh, well, for sure by now Dario and all the hostages will be free because I kept my side of the bargain. Like,
delusion. Delusion, I tell you.
She is, first off, like, misinformed. Like, she hasn't gotten the information. But also, she's not putting together just how crucial her presence was to keeping all of it together.
Yeah. Like, in her defense, like, you know, she's starving. She's got some sort of issues. Like, in her defense, there's a lot going on. However, I was like, girl, this is the end of the book. I need you to leave the delusion behind. Like,
yeah, it's also like, you know, any piece you set up that requires you to be there, like, because her whole plan was like, in a couple of years I'll go to Westeros. Like,
right.
This is not the, like, if you're, as soon as you leave, things go back to the way they were. This is not like you didn't actually accomplish anything. So that's also a thing. Yeah, and she's like, by now the Dothraki are surely marching home. That's why she had done all she had done for peace.
Yeah. Respectfully, I'm rolling my eyes.
Yeah, and I thought, Daenerys, you came to the conclusion that it was not a piece you wanted while you were sitting there fuming in the pit, but I guess not.
It's like, oh, okay, we're literally gonna forget about last chapter, huh?
Yeah. And then as she's like looking back, she's like, "Oh, I could still go back to, Dragonstone. It's not so far. I could live off of whatever Drogon brings. Like, yeah, I could live a life there." And she's like, "No, that is not who I am. This was not the life I have been born in. I gotta go do things. I have shit to do." So she keeps walking.
She has this line. So once again, she turned her back upon the distant hill and closed her ears to the sound of flight and freedom that the wind sang as it played amongst the hill's stony ridges. And I was like, Daddy!
Yeah,
But I also
what
was
a
like,
run-on sentence.
No!
No, I'm just kidding. No, that is nice. But it's also, I really did admire her ability to like keep walking. Like she would like crumble and then be like, okay, gotta keep going. And then like she would keep going.
If there's one thing our girl can do, it's get back up.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I have that kind of resilience. I would probably just like have
I would have
died.
stayed. You know where she was sitting there and then she was trying to make a hat and she kept trying and the grass hats were not working? I would have been done at that point. I would have been like, this isn't working. That's like me every time I'm like, I'm gonna pick up this like super artsy crafty hobby and then it's like, hey, knitting did not work first try, I'm done. Like,
yeah. So she keeps walking and she's super hungry and she like hears birds and she's like, maybe I can find some nests. And then she like laughs at herself like, once I dreamt of flying and now I have flown and dream of stealing eggs. Men are mad and gods are madder, she told the grass, and the grass murmured its agreement. Like, okay, I also think she is kind of losing it a little bit in this chapter.
Totally. Absolutely. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Because at one point, okay, we'll come to it, but so through the day, like Drogon, she sees him like a bunch of places. Like at first he's far away, then he's closer, and then like the third time he's like right on top of her. I feel like this is Drogon's way of keeping an eye on her. Like I think that's what he's doing.
Yeah, but she's like at first she's worried that he's coming to hunt her, like he doesn't recognize her, and then she's like, oh, he didn't even notice me and he's gone, and it's like, no, girl, I'm pretty sure he did notice you. I think you just gotta like call him over like you do later, you know?
Yeah, he's here asking you what you're doing, basically.
Yeah, like he's not gonna talk to you, but like he came to check in on you, you know?
Yeah, and it's like that almost night, so she stumbles upon these ruins, and there's like a little tiny like half wall standing, and there's like a little corner that she can huddle up in.
Yeah.
And so she just nestles away, and she's noticing like all the blisters on her feet, and she notices there's like a matching set on her pinky toes. And it must be from the way I walk, she thought, giggling. So like this is like, she's getting a little delirious from hunger and illness and whatnot, Yeah. Like she was feverish when she left the hill, and like it's only gotten worse because the sun has been beating down at her, and now it's getting super cold all of a sudden. Yeah. And she's wondering if people in Marine think she's dead, if they think Drogon ate me. These are all the things that people have been saying, so yes.
Right. Oh my god.
And she's also remembering how Hisdar wanted Drogon dead. And she's also put together that Strong Belwas had been poisoned by those locusts, and she's like, Hisdar told me to try them. Like, so she's also, like, while she does not have the information, she is putting some things together. So
yeah, but then she instantly is like, well, I did all this for him. Why would he ever want to poison me? So it's like, but yeah, like she's sick.
But that's
she's
more
hungry.
like a question of like, why would he do this?
Yeah, but then she's also like, who else could it be? Like, she's trying to solve
well, there's
it,
like,
but it's
she's
not
like
working.
Resnack, the perfumed seneschal, of whom she must beware, Yeah, and then as she like falls asleep, Quaithe comes to her, and to go north you must journey south, to reach the west you must go east, to go forward you must go back, To touch the light, you must pass beneath the shadow. Quaithe,
Mhm.
Dany called. Where are you, Quaithe? Then she saw. Her mask is made of starlight. Remember who you are, Daenerys, the stars whispered in a woman's voice. The dragons know. Do you? So,
Oh
like,
my
we also know that Quaithe has
God.
appeared to her, like, before.
Yeah.
Here she's like, oh, it's just like, me dreaming. But I think this is maybe also real. Like,
Yeah. Quaithe is like, this is a good time for an intervention.
yes. Yeah. Remember who you are. The dragons know. Do you? So that's basically, this chapter is basically all we needed this book. Like, we didn't need
Yeah.
any, like all of the rest of the book was her coming to this realization, and then this chapter was also her coming to this realization, which is why it can be a little frustrating.
Right.
Yeah. And so she wakes up covered in ants and bites because there's like an anthill right there that she didn't see. So that's horrible.
Mm-hmm.
And she like finds her stream again, but she doesn't like sleep by the stream because, animals come at night to drink from it and she didn't want to risk that.
Mm-hmm.
And she like drinks the water, but it's like causing her like she's got cramps. She thinks it's the water, like all these things, but like also she's thirsty, so she's got to do what she's got to do.
Yeah.
And then she comes upon some berries and she's like, oh, these are some flavory berries that the Dothraki use, surely. And she eats a bunch. And an hour later, she's cramping so badly. And then she's like throwing up green slime the rest of the day. Mm-hmm. She is going through it. Like,
yeah.
And then like
she's like, surely I must be dying now. Like, what's going on? And I'm like, you might be, girl. Like, I don't know either.
Later on, and then she's like gets the shits, like, and like it's just getting worse and worse and worse. And yeah, she's just got this terrible diarrhea. And now it's like, could this be the bloody flux? Like,
that's kind of what I was thinking.
She really did expose herself. But also, it's been like weeks since she's like been here, or at least days. It hasn't, but we don't know what the incubation period for this disease is necessarily.
Yeah.
It could just be the berries and the contaminated water she's drinking.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe a little bit of everything.
But if she does have the bloody flux, well, that doesn't bode well for her. And it also kind of goes against her Targaryens don't get sick theory. Or maybe it's that they get sick, but they can recover from it better than other people can. I don't know.
Yeah. All good thoughts.
Yeah. And then she falls kind of like in a restless sleep again. And this is when Viserys shows up in her dreams, obviously. He's like, you betrayed me. She's like, no, you betrayed me. That's basically their conversation. And he's like, why did they give the dragon's eggs to you? They should have given them to me. If I had a dragon, I would have taught the world the meaning of our words. And then she wakes up and this is where, and then she's got like blood on her thighs because she's got vaginal bleeding. And it's like covered like the grass that she was sleeping on, and she looks at the moon and she's like, oh, I guess this is my moon's blood. But it's a lot more than it usually is. And she's also like can't remember the last time she had her period. She was like, was that the last moon or the one before that? Like, it can't have been that long, could it? So what do you think of this? Any thoughts?
I kind of read this and I was like, oh girl, like bloody flux, like you're dying, like what's going on? But then I also was like, what if she got pregnant? And then this is like, she's like miscarrying / like whatever. It's because this has been like a crazy few weeks on her body. Because she's been having a lot more sex recently. We did not hear of any protection being used.
Yeah.
even pull-out method. Like, nothing was happening. And I know, it was like, oh, when your womb quickens, or like, when the world turns upside down, your womb will quicken again, basically. But I just don't know if I, like, buy that, especially since she hasn't slept with anyone since then.
Right.
So we haven't had an opportunity to see if that's true. And then she slept with Dario, and she could literally have gotten pregnant and this be happening.
Right.
So maybe Mary Mazdur was just lying.
Right. Well, you're not the only one to think this. People do think that she was pregnant, and that's why she, like, skipped periods and didn't realize, and then now she's bleeding so much because she miscarried because of, like, for, like, various reasons, like, because of, like, all the tough things that her body have been going through. Maybe because of some random berries she ate, like, they could be causing this, or like Mir Mazdur's thing was like, when your womb quickens and you bear a living child, and it maybe the curse is like you could get pregnant but you will never carry a pregnancy to term. So, like, it could be like a bunch of those things.
Got it. Okay.
Some people do take this as confirmation, like, she can get pregnant, she can have kids, and it was just that she, this was not like a conducive environment to, like, carrying a pregnancy, that
okay.
Yeah. And then so basically she gathers herself up. She's like, I am the blood of the dragon, she told the grass aloud. Once, the grass whispered back, until you chained your dragons in the dark.
Oh.
Yeah.
Tough.
And then she's like, no, Drogon killed the little girl. And then she's like, I'll never have a little girl. I was the mother of dragons. I, said the grass, but you turned against your children. And yeah, also the fact that, like, she's reflecting on, like, how she can't have kids, and she's remembering Miri Mazdur's prophecy in this. It feels like George is like, start thinking about this, kids. Like,
yeah. Hey guys, Dany when she comes back next season.
Yeah. So yeah, basically her cramping is getting worse. She's bleeding more and more. It's just, like, really terrible. But she's forcing herself to keep walking down the stream. So that's what she's doing. And she's like, this stream will take me home, take me to the river, and the river will take me home. Except it wouldn't. Not truly. Marine was not her home and never would be. So, like, from the beginning of the chapter where she's like, surely that's my home, to she's gotten to, like, no, it's not. And yeah, just, this is not your city. Your war is in Westeros. This is when she starts seeing Jorah, who's like, I told you to leave. You shouldn't have stayed. And you're lost because you lingered in a place that you were never meant to be. And you're alone because you sent me from your side, and then she's like, you are kind of a creep though. So I was right in doing that.
Yeah.
But finally, the advice is leave Marine to the Myronese and go west. And yeah, she's like, I had to take Marine to feed my people. And then Jorah's thing is like, you took Marine, but you lingered. Like, you fed your people. You should have left. And she's like, I took Marine to be a queen. And Jorah's like, you are a queen in Westeros if you would just go over there. And she's like, no, but I'm only a young girl. And this is like, yeah, no, you are the blood of the dragon. And this is the part, dragons plant no trees. Remember that. Remember who you are, what you were made to be. Remember your words. Okay, I agree with the, like, you're a dragon, be a bit of, like, have a backbone. I don't know if I agree with the dragons plant no trees. Like, I think you gotta have a bit of both.
Yeah.
But I'm afraid that, like, in her conclusion she's reaching,
opposite.
she may, like, swing to the far extreme, She's like, I tried the planting trees. I don't do that anymore. Like,
right.
I don't like that, basically, is what I'm saying.
No, that's fair.
Yeah, like, maybe I've been waiting for her to reach this conclusion, but she reaches, like, A slightly different
Yeah.
conclusion, and I'm not happy with that.
No, that's fair. And it's also a little bit like I think like I like this overall, but some of the framing is a little bit frustrating to me. Like even when she finally comes to the conclusion like, "Hey, Marine is not my home." But then she just is like insulting Marine, and she's not like, and she just is like, where grace is earned through whoring, butchery was art, whatever. And I'm like, "Sure, but you're not really like this is just giving like you coming in from Westeros and being like, yeah, why am I here with these weird people anyway? I should go back to my home." Like,
Yeah, instead
especially
of
after
like,
you used instead of being like,
yeah,
hey, they literally enslave people and I tried to stop them, but
yeah,
it
and
didn't
I
really
literally
work.
use this whole like other culture as like a
Yeah.
beta project to see if I could be a good queen and just like let people die and whatever. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
she's not reflecting on any of those things.
that would
Yeah.
be like if she added that, I feel like this would be kind of like a perfect little reflection. Because I think, like, we can't really change the fact that that has all happened now, you
Yeah.
know? But I feel like if she reflected on it here, and then let's say, like, in book 6, kind of was like, shouldn't do that anymore, like, I feel like that would be enough, and that would be fine. Like, there's a way
Yeah.
to do that
Yeah,
well,
so
but I
this
just
is
feel
like
like here we're just kind of wiping all those
reflections.
sins away.
Yes, I agree. So like
Yeah.
because like overall we like the attitude she's developing. Like, you know, she's going more towards like I'm going to take action and not be just like this passive, you know, like even though I have all this power. But yeah, there's definitely things of concern coming up in her thoughts, like the we plant no trees. I take no responsibility for all the shit I
Yeah.
like, you know. Yeah, definitely. Okay. So then as she is like, I am fire and blood, you know, I remember my words, fire and blood. As she's doing this, she first stumbles and falls, and then she notices that the grass is moving and there's no wind to move it. I kind of love this. Like, the grass still moving slightly. The wind, she told herself, the wind shakes the stalks and makes them sway. Only no wind was blowing. The sun was overhead, the world still and hot. Midges swarmed in the air, and a dragonfly floated over the stream, darting here and there, and the grass was moving when it had no cause to move. And it turns out because there's like a Dothraki scout coming through. I love how, like, this sorry. So they call this a Dothraki sea. Like the grass is acting almost as if water would, you know, like
right.
Like it's like the ripples of this rider far off in the distance that she can feel where she's at. I don't know. I just thought this was really cool.
That is cool. Yeah.
Yeah, because she hears. Then eventually she hears bells and she's like, "This is the Dothraki." And then she starts remembering when the sun rises in the west and sets in the east, when the seas go dry and mountains blow in the wind like leaves, when my womb quickens again and I bear a living child, Khal Drogo will return to me. Now I don't think Khal Drogo is returning to her.
Yeah.
But people have a theory that when the sun rises in the west and sets in the east, might be Quentin. He was born in Westeros and he died in Marine, and he's like, you know, the sun spear, like all of that.
Yeah. Oh my god. Okay.
I don't know what the mountains blowing in the wind could be, but like the womb quickens, like that part seems like she's accomplished also, you know, not the living child part, but so
yeah, okay, that's so interesting.
Yeah, I can say that now that Quentin is for sure dead. So yeah. And she first thinks that it's like her Dothraki people looking for her, but then she realizes it's not. It's just some guy, like some other rider alone and a scout. And he's not looking at her. He doesn't even notice her because she's hidden behind the grass. He's looking up and he sees Drogon, and Drogon is flying towards them.
Yeah.
And she's wondering like what like this guy or the Dothraki would do if they find her. Like they could, you know, enact violence against her, but at the very best what they will do is probably take her to the Dosh Khaleen and make her live her life out there.
Mm-hmm.
But he doesn't see her. He's looking at Drogo, and no, not Drogo, Drogon.
Mm-hmm.
So he sees Drogon, turns around, rides away, and then once he's like far enough away, she starts calling to Drogon, and he finally comes to her, and she leaps on his back, and this is where she realizes, to go forward, I must go back. What do you think she means by that here?
To go forward, I must go back. I think, okay, I had a few different thoughts. I think my like biggest one was like, it's like confronting your past to be able to like go into your future. Like, I think.
Okay, what part of her past?
Like, I guess she doesn't know about Khal Drogo yet, but I think like the like I don't know, maybe she's gotta, like, I don't know exactly how it looks, but like maybe she's gotta go like confront Khal Drogo, or maybe she's gotta go to, where's the place, like go to the Dosh Khaleen, because that was Vice Dothrak. Like maybe just like do a bit more of that. I'm not sure exactly why. Like, I don't know if this is like a morning thing. I don't know if this is like like, you know how Viserys wanted his army? Like, maybe it's like by going back, she can get that Dothraki army. Like, I don't know if it's like a confronting your past thing, or like, but I think either way, it's like doing that to then be able to go to Westeros and like do the rest of her journey, whatever. Because this whole thing has been her. Like, so she got sold off to the Dothraki, they went to Vice Dothrak, and then since then she's just been traveling towards the west. Like, she's stopped at, like, Karth and all those places along the way, and then Marine, and she's slowly been trying to go.
Yeah.
Or, like, all the places she stopped.
Yeah. Not necessarily
like, obviously
always
it wasn't, like, a direct
west.
path. Yeah. But, like, that was the general, like, it was, like,
yeah, she's been trying to get to Westeros, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But I feel, so maybe it's like, hey, you gotta actually go back and like finish the chapter with the Dothraki or something. So that was kind of one way I took it, like kind of like a metaphorical, like, gotta face your past thing. But then I also was thinking, like, I also took it very literally, where it's like, you know how she's been traveling one way this whole time and it just has not been working? Like she's like, I'm gonna follow this little stream and it'll work. But now to like go over, like now she kind of goes the opposite way that she's been trying to go the whole time. So I also took it literally. So I took it literally and metaphorically, and then the last way I took it also very literally, like on the dragon's back to be able to go, like, I also, because like she's been trying to just walk and figure it out, and then even in Marine, like, she locked up her dragons and she's been trying to figure it out. So it's like, if I want to move forward, it has to be on a dragon's back. Like, I have to come into my own, be a dragon, like, deal with this thing that I've brought back into the world, you know? Like,
yeah. And she's also kind of been running from the Dothraki, and now she's running towards the Dothraki, you know, like, there's a difference there.
Yeah.
So she gets on Drogon, and she doesn't have her whip anymore. She lost it somewhere, I guess. But she is like riding him with her bare legs and guiding him with like, what's it called? Like, just like her legs, basically. And it's a lot, like, it's more intuitive. Like, there's no whip anymore because it wasn't working with him anyway. So I feel like this is where she's like actually like really becoming a rider, you know?
Yes. Yeah.
And yeah, like, Drogon goes willingly wherever she tells him, at least for this journey. And they follow the scout, and then they soon like fly over him, and they then come across some horses and riders, and the horses scatter, and Drogon roasts one up for him for a meal. Poor little horsey. And Daenerys also gets down and eats some of the horse, because she hasn't had a single bite in like at least a couple days since she started walking away from that hill. So other than those berries, which caused her to like, just, you know, all those things.
Yeah.
So and she's like also, so as she's like kind of, you know, eating this meat, like basically raw or like burnt off of horses, she's like, oh my God, what would Hizdahr think? He would be horrified, no doubt. But Dario would laugh, carve off a hunk of the horse meat with his arak, and squat down to eat beside her. She's still kind of like I guess there's nothing that
She's
has
still
been
kind
like,
of
you gotta
centering
like get
men.
over Dario, but but
Yeah. No, it is very, yeah. Because, yeah, I feel like that's one of the ways we kind of fell into the trap too, where it's like, girl, the days with, what's his name? Khal Drogo are over. Like, you know, the days with, like, your love and, like, he's in charge and you can just kind of, like, ride your horse and chill and, like, your brother's off your back. You know, like, girl, that's over, you know? Like, and I don't know. Sometimes I feel like she's just trying to find her way back to that all the time.
yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
so she has that little thought, and then as like the sun starts setting, she hears horses approaching. Dany Rose wiped her hands on her ragged undertunic and went to stand beside her dragon.
Mm-hmm.
That was how Khal Jacko found her when 100 mounted warriors emerged from the drifting smoke.
That's so scary. What the fuck?
Scary, but also she's got a dragon. Like,
yes, of course, but like,
so like, how do you think the Dothraki that are like that have come upon, like all these Khal Joko and his people, how are they going to react to finding her like with Drogon and all that?
Yeah, that's a great question. Because I feel like it would be so stupid of them to just like immediately try to attack, especially when they like at least the like their like the scout at least saw her like right away on this dragon, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like it would be, but I guess maybe they're like strength in numbers.
Well, we
these
don't
are
know
RCs,
if the scout
whatever.
saw her, right? Like, he saw the dragon.
Right.
We don't know if he saw her get on
Right.
that dragon.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, because I'm just trying to think. I'm like, are they gonna? But like, the Dothraki are not known for talking to people, you know. So I would not be shocked if they just kind of like. But also, like, he probably has like some grudge against her still. So I don't know. Like, I feel like this is gonna be like we talk and then we fight and then hopefully we kill you. You know.
Okay.
Or, but
while facing a dragon.
You know, here's the thing, right? Because it's like, I guess I just don't like, because if she's able to just kind of like kill them or like dispose of them, whatever, then like, was that just all she needed to do? Like, she just needed to face this problem head on? Like, and like, then now she can like move on with her life? Like, I guess I just was thinking like, maybe this like Dothraki arc would be a bit longer. Like, maybe she ends up having to go with them or something. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, that's
maybe
why I don't
they
want to
see this woman who's in charge of a dragon and they're like, holy shit, you're the real deal. Maybe we should follow you.
Maybe they join her. But the guy who already abandoned her after already knowing that she had a dragon?
No, that he left before she gave. Oh, yeah, she did the pyre thing.
Right. Because he was like, oh, well, Khal Drogo's dead. Right. Okay, you know what? Then maybe I do see that. I guess I was just like, well, he knows she has the dragons and he didn't respect her then, but that makes sense.
They probably have heard of her having dragons, maybe, but like, it's one thing to hear of dragons. It's another thing to see dragons.
Right. That's true. Okay, you know what? Then happily ever after, they're gonna, maybe they like fight it a little bit, but then he's like, hey, we're gonna lose. Didn't realize how cool you were. Let us join.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. What I want is for them to be like, okay, you're cool. We'll do what you say. And then she gets up on Drogon, flies to Meereen. They follow her like on the ground, also get to Meereen, and now she's got like another army.
Right. Ugh. That would be so. I wish.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be just perfect?
What do you think is next for Daenerys? I don't know. I feel like we've already said all the things, but just give me your wrapping thoughts before we move on.
Yeah, I think like wrap up this chapter and then like return to Meereen stronger and able to like actually like negotiate, navigate some sort of peace that actually means peace for everybody. Like, just sort of like reinvigorated to like end this chapter off well, you know? And then eventually, after we do that, maybe it takes a couple weeks, maybe it takes a couple months, we get to Westeros. Because by then, we get the news about, like, what's his name? Little Griff, or Young Griff, and, like, all the other things. So I think, like, there's gonna be so much more, like, reckoning with herself to come. So she's got to deal with all of these things first before the new problems come in, you know? Because then it's going to be, like, because it's like she's finally embracing, like, hey, I'm the dragon. I'm embracing my inner dragon. I've been acting like a tree or whatever she said. Like I need to embrace my inner dragon. But then I'm just worried that she's finally going to do that. And then it's going to be like, actually, there's a better dragon than you. So I just need her to deal with all of these things first so she's better equipped for that.
Cool. All right.
But then also with this Dothraki part of the equation, like maybe that's one of the ways she can navigate it, because it's like, sure, I might not have like the best like claim in terms of bloodline, but like look at all this experience I have. Look, I've done this. Then she can look at her people and see like the assortment.
Yeah, I don't know. Like dragons beat claim every time. So
right, that
like
too.
Unless Aegon or whoever can like somehow claim one of the dragons, like
yeah,
you know?
Yeah, but still, I think, but that's not really how it goes when you find out that your brother's long dead son is still alive. You know, you're not gonna be like, yeah, but I have a dragon. Like, I feel like it'll be like this instant, like, oh my god, wait, then why me? You know,
right?
But then she can still navigate it, but like it'll be
yeah.
a crisis.
But I think it's also like, part of her is like, not just because it's my birthright, but because I want it. Like, that's also the thing she's realizing. Like,
right.
You know, I want to be Queen of Westeros, not just because it's my birthright, but because I want. Or like, that'll be the conclusion she has to come to, is like, you know, when she realizes that there's other contenders, like, oh, I don't want Westeros just because I want, like, just because it's my right. I want it because I want it, like, for myself.
Right. Yeah. Opposite of Quentin Core.
Let's move on to next chapters. We are reading one chapter next time.
Is this the final chapter?
Tell me who you think it'll be.
Oh my god. Okay, wait, hold on. Oh my god. Who could possibly be worthy of ending the book on? Bro, no, I don't like this. I don't like half of these final chapters we got for people.
Well, if you remember, like, we have read one chapter before if it was a really intense chapter. So, like...
yeah, who...
But I won't say anything.
Hold on, let me think. Okay. Hold. Okay. I think it's gonna be... Wait, okay, I think it's gonna be Cersei or Jaime, and I think it's the last chapter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, next time we're reading the epilogue.
Oh my god, wait. Oh my god, no, this book's over. What the heck?
Yeah.
Wait. Oh my god. Oh my god. I don't know what to think. Oh my god. Okay, that's so anticlimactic. What?
Yeah. Because like, you've got all these like big battles brewing, and then the book just ends. So you're like, what?
That's so depressing.
Yeah.
That's so... It's... What? But we're literally not even... What? Okay, but like, I'm starting to get why George R. R. Martin is never going to be able to finish this. Because it's just so big.
Yeah.
And it's yeah, like, it's so big. Like, of course, yeah, if he didn't do it all at once, of course he's never been able to finish it since.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's crazy. Guys, this is why you don't... what's worse, making your book so good but then not being able to finish it, or making it more mediocre but then you can finish it? I don't know.
That is the question.
Anyway, okay, oh my god, okay, wait. I don't even know who this could be. Because I feel like it's gotta be a new... Okay, wait, if it's a new person then they're gonna die. Well, this could be like... It could be like last book's epilogue, where like maybe we get some idea of what's going on with like the Jaime Brienne stuff. But then I would hate for it to be
what
Jaime
was
because
last
then that would mean
book's
he's gonna die.
epilogue? The last book didn't have an epilogue.
Didn't it? Wasn't last book's epilogue the one where we found out about Lady that was book 3 epilogue where we found out about Lady Stoneheart? Right. Okay, that makes sense. Or it could be like... Yeah, I don't even know what this could be, truly. Okay, but I do think it's gonna be someone new, and it's gonna be like, you're dead. Oh my god, I literally don't even know what to think of. Oh, I don't know, though, because there's so many stories. Because I'm like, hey, we have one chapter to wrap things up. Where do we go? Do we figure out what happened with Cersei and, like, King's Landing? Do we go to Winterfell and see what's going on there? Do we, like, catch back up with, like, Theon and Asha and them and see what's going on? Do we go back to the Wall now that we don't have Jon and just see a POV of what's going on? Do we go to, like... Do we go to freaking Dorne? Do we go to...
Do we get Daenerys on a dragon to Hardhome?
Yeah.
You were so convinced of that.
Yeah, I literally don't even know where this could go. This is so depressing. What do you mean this book is over? That's it? This is the biggest, like... Edging. This is edging. Okay. The ending of this book is edging. Like,
yeah, but edging doesn't usually last 15 years.
That's true. Like, it's so like, oh, okay, you're like, oh, well, maybe that'll happen. But none of it's gonna happen. Literally none of it's gonna happen. What the heck? Dude.
I so wanted you to feel all these feelings. Now you feel us. Now you feel our pain.
George R.R. Martin, man, I literally need you to write this 6th book.
I remember once upon a time you being like, okay, at least tell me that the 5th book wraps up in a way that it could kind of be its like own story. And I was like, not only does the 5th book not wrap up like the series story, it does not even wrap up itself. So
yeah, totally. Like, it doesn't even... And there's just so many... Like, I remember I was like, well, sure, we have 5 books for Dany to get to Westeros. Surely. Nope. Well, we have 5 books for, like... I feel like just so many things have not... And, like, it's so, like... And it's so, like, okay, so... Not only is there not a Stark in charge... The one Stark that sort of had a powerful position, even though he wasn't, like, even though it wasn't, like, the Stark lands and whatever, is just dead now.
Mm-hmm.
Arya is off being a murder child in a different part of the world. We don't even know what goes on with that. Yeah, that's another thing. We don't even... Sam? Who knows? Like, and then, like, Sansa's kind of our... We've got Sansa, and then we've got Davos going to get Rickon, because Bran is also out of the question now. Like, he's got other duties. You can't try to save the world in that way, and also... So we basically have Sansa and Rickon, neither of whom are at all close to getting to Winterfell right now.
Yeah.
And there's just so much... Like, now I get why... there needs to be 3 more books and not just like 1 more book. Because knowing George R. R. Martin, he's going to create more problems than he solves.
Well, okay, so he has like said that there's going to be 2 more books. And like obviously like eventually he's like, maybe there'll be like, you know, just who knows. But like officially he said the next book will be The Winds of Winter that he's currently working on. And the book after that is supposed to be A Dream of Spring.
What?
But like we're never getting any of those, so like I can just tell. You know what?
Right.
Okay, I have to like confession time. Not confession. Like I'm making it sound super dramatic. But like over the course of this book, I've kind of lost my joy in the series a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, not really. Like I still love the series. And every time I hear somebody talk about it, I'm like, amazing. But we've been like recording like every other day for so long, and like it's, you know, we had all those terrible Danny chapters, and like you know, there's a lot of things. Like this is not my favorite book, but also now do you get why it's like the book with some of my favorite moments, like right? But so like there's been a lot, but I have been like but now that we're like on the other side of it pretty much, I'm like back to excited again. Like I guess I didn't lose my love or joy. I lost my excitement. That I think that's more accurate. Like I wasn't always excited to be talking about chapters the way that I had been, like, you know, in previous books.
Because there was also a lot of things that you weren't necessarily looking forward to, so that makes sense. Like you were like, oh, this is a thing for me to get through.
Yeah, like and then like we got to read the chapters and we got to record again tomorrow. Like, you know, it became a little bit of a chore, so the excitement was lessened. But now that we're on the other side of it, mostly, I can like just be like, a dream of spring, the winds of like, you know, I can just like throw shit at you, and I love it.
God, a dream
and like even
of
earlier today.
Beautiful. Oh my god, I feel like if we ever got like a book 7 and a book 8, I feel like it would be like weirdly wholesome in some moments, and we'd be like, is this the same fucking series? Like it would be so worth it. Like he's tortured us for so long that those like moments of like pure joy and goodness would be like, are we sure this is real? It's like when people like, it's like people are so it's like people need a joke so badly they can't handle sincerity without like a little joke at the end. Wait, that's an accidental call out to you. Respectfully.
Shut up. Don't talk about me like that.
I didn't mean it that way, but it came out that way. I was thinking more as a broader society in today's day and age, we're incapable of sincerity. Like it comes off as cringe and whatever to us. But I realized as I was saying it that it sounds like a call out to you. Anyway, Kate, what was I on
can't
about?
Feel my emotions. It's fine. It's
okay.
fine.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. But what was I saying? Oh, but I feel like, oh my god, that title gives me so much hope. That literally title gives you so much hope.
For spring, a dream for spring.
Yes, exactly. Do we know the title of book 8?
No, I no. His actual planned books are the 6 and 7. Like 8 is just like when, like, you know, sometimes people are like, so how long will the story really be? And he's like, I'm a gardener. It could be 20 books. Like that's just like. But really, he has said the winds of winter and a hope for and a dream of spring. Okay,
that could be so cool too. Okay,
yeah, like
George R. Martin, lock in. You literally just have 2 books to write. You know what? This entire time I've been like, man, he's got 3 books to write. He's old. He can't do it. You can do 2. Come on. You can do 2.
Yeah.
And one of them should be at least a little bit done by now. Come on,
it's been
George
like
R.
50% done for 15 years. So like, also I think it's been like of that 50%, like 50% of that 50%. So like 25% of that book
has been leaked.
No, well, no, hang on, not leaked, but he has shared a bunch of chapters. There's like 10 chapters that are like preview chapters that we are gonna read eventually.
Amazing.
But, or like we're gonna. I say eventually now because we're sitting in January, but like by the time this episode comes out, it'll probably be the next thing we do. Because I also want us to be able to talk about those chapters when we're doing the wrap up episodes, you know?
Right. Okay. Nice.
So, okay. I went on a fun. So, no, but I think some of those chapters were supposed to be chapters for this book because this book was supposed to have an ending. Like, and then they just got
what
like,
do you mean?
Like, you know, like this just kind of ends on such like a
right.
Like,
right. But then why is it just like in editing and stuff? He ended up taking it out. Like, is that what you're saying?
Like, he probably didn't have enough of the chapters to like make a full like climax, and then like, you know.
Oh, okay.
Like,
so
for example,
he
he wrote some chapters or something for the Battle at Marine or whatever that's upcoming, right? But he didn't write enough to make it like to be the whole story, so he published up to here what he had basically.
Oh, he was like, yeah, I'll do that in book 6.
Yeah.
And then still hasn't
Because
done
I
I
feel like, you know, like the climax of
Okay.
this story is supposed to be like the battle at Marine, the battle for Winterfell, like those kinds of things.
Yes. And they're still not resolved.
Yeah.
You know what? Now that we've gotten to the end of the book, I'm also coming to realize, or we're almost there, I'm also coming to realize why you've been so loose-lipped with your own thoughts.
Yeah, recently.
Because your own, and I was hoping it wasn't so. Like, when I started, you know how sometimes I told you, sometimes I notice things, but then I turn it off because I'm like, this is making me realize things I shouldn't. And one of the things I was realizing, especially through
that I would give you my predictions, like today earlier when I got super excited and was like, yeah, because I was like, this is the last chapter. Is what again?
Yeah, and you've been doing that. I feel like, well, saying for the last month doesn't mean anything because we probably recorded like 7-8 episodes last. So like for the last like set of like 10-15 chapters at least, I've noticed like you'll just be like, and this is what I think, and this is what I think, and as soon as you started doing that, I was like, oh, so okay, so we'd actually never get a resolution about that. Good to know.
Yeah, sorry about that, but finally it's time for me to say what I think and not time for you for you to shut up.
True. Yeah, so now I'm just kind of like, oh no, we're on the same page and I don't know if I like it.
Yeah.
This is so depressing. Oh my god. I don't know if this is worse or better than when Jon died. Like, it feels like a similar, like, oh, you know? Like, it was a similar, it's because obviously I saw Jon dying coming, but it just was so, like, but it still was such a, like, oh, you know? So same thing. It's like, I knew this book was gonna end, and I knew it was gonna be bad, and I wasn't gonna like it, but I'm still like, oh, you know?
So
this is so sad. Oh my god. Okay. Well, okay, after I predict what happens in the epilogue, can you tell me why we have so many recordings scheduled, or was that just to not let me know what was coming up?
We'll talk about that. So first predict what happens in the epilogue.
Okay. There's like so many predictions I could make, so I'm just gonna go with the one that I need desperately of all. Let me see.
Did you say like Jaime or Cersei, or did you move away from that?
Let me think. Hold on. I think this is gonna be... you know what I really want to see?
I think you said Jaime and Cersei when you thought it was like a chapter. But remember, epilogues and prologues tend to have POVs that are new.
Who die, yeah. Or new and who die. I think this is gonna be Aegon.
Okay, so is he gonna die then? If the...
Oh, wait, sorry. Not me not listening to my own words. No, this is gonna be... This is gonna be a guy from the Golden Company.
Just a guy.
Who's the main guy that...
Harry Strickland?
It's gonna be Harry Strickland. No, that doesn't really make sense, because we already have John Connington for a POV, so that would be kind of like a wasted epilogue. Okay, you know what it is? The epilogue is... Hold on. I'm thinking. The epilogue is... The epilogue is gonna be someone at Hardhome.
Okay.
Just so we can see how that situation kind of goes.
And I should also mention, to be fair to like somebody yelling at us, like prologue and epilogue POV characters do tend to die, but there was that one like the book 3 prologue of Chet or whoever, he didn't die in that. He died like later. But he didn't die in that prologue. So like it is possible that some like people may not die in a prologue. It's just that they tend to, like, historically, you know.
Right. Okay.
So you think it's a Hardhome setting?
I don't actually. Okay.
Okay.
Give me one
Can
more
you
minute.
just give me like a place in the world? I don't even want a person anymore.
You know what? This is my last time predicting a chapter. Okay.
Fair enough. Let me stretch think. While you do that.
I think it's Blood Raven. And then it's like his final, and then it's like his final passing it on to Bran, and then
so
we
you
know
think
kind
Blood
of what
Raven
he's
be
about.
dying. Like,
I think so.
He been dying, but he be dying, like, for real in this chapter.
Bran's here now. Clearly Bran surpassed his abilities since he was, like, talking to Theon and stuff.
Okay.
So, I think it's him.
You're wrong.
Lovely.
You're gonna love this.
Okay.
Kevin Lannister.
What?
Yeah.
Oh,
what do you think?
God.
What do you think we're gonna see from him? Is he gonna die?
Is Cersei gonna kill him so that she can go back? Cersei would totally do that. Cersei would absolutely get him killed so that she could, and that's how she gets her way back. She's gonna kill him.
Okay.
It makes too much sense. So
this chapter is just her killing him?
Wow. I was like, oh, she's gonna kill Marjorie. I didn't even think. Go straight to the hand. Yeah, and then she can, like, reinstate herself, and she's got the Gregor Stein, Franken
Okay, but what is Kevin doing before he's killed?
I think trying to prove Cersei. I think trying to prove that Cersei dead, like, just trying to prove Cersei guilty so she gets out of the way.
So he does. Wait. Remember, nobody wants Cersei to be guilty of this.
Oh wait. Right. Yes. Sorry, forgot. Okay, so he's gonna prepping for the trial, you know, maybe he has to testify and he has to decide. Maybe we learn, like, some sort of secret about Tywin. Maybe we learn some sort of secret about Kevin. Maybe he visits his kid. Maybe we learn something sketchy about the High Septon. Maybe he has to try to stop the High Septon from weaponing all over the place.
Okay.
Maybe he has a small council meeting. I don't know what, other than him dying, and then it'll be the trial and we'll see.
But you were, like, set on him dying.
He's gonna die, I think.
Okay.
I really do think so. Yeah.
Cool. Oh my god. You've just predicted your last chapter.
That's so sad. You know what? I'm gonna read this right away. I know we're not recording for a few days.
That's fine.
Like,
there's no risk of you accidentally reading too much, because what are you gonna read? Although, I think at the back of your book there is a preview chapter. Don't you even think about looking at it.
Okay.
Don't even, like,
okay,
smell it. I want you 10 miles away from that, okay?
Is it closed up? Will I know when I turn the page?
If there is one, I can't remember if it's just in my version or if it's also in your version. I will have definitely covered it up, but don't, like, even be sneaky about it, okay?
Okay. Okay, sounds
you
good.
You can pour over the appendix all you want. You can take off any of the sticky notes I had on there or anything like that.
I'm gonna take them off and I'm gonna roll my eyes and
I'm
at the
very,
like,
mundane things I put in there.
Yeah. It'll be like,
well, okay, some of those things were like I remember one of them being like, it lists Theon, but it doesn't say he's dead, so I didn't want you to think that he was alive.
Oh my god. You silly goose. You silly goose.
I love my obsessions. Okay. And then also, homework for you. Mm-hmm. We have a few days before we're recording, so you have to give me predictions for every character.
Oh, right. Yes. Oh, yeah, because now we're at the end of the book.
And remind me to send you a list. Like, you can start a list. Like if I don't send you a list, get started on the main ones anyway. And then once I send a list, like, make sure you, like, predict for the ones you didn't, you know?
Okay.
But you are bringing predictions to the next episode, because that's why we're only reading the epilogue. Like, we're going to read and talk about the epilogue, and then we're going to do predictions and, like, general book thoughts. Mm-hmm. And yeah, so that's the plan for next time.
Oh, I get it. So me reading the epilogue and then us talking about it is the opportunity to have all those thoughts without me being spoiled about the previews and other stuff.
Yes.
Okay.
So just
okay, so then what are we doing after that? Like,
we'll talk about it off air, okay?
Oh, okay. Okay.
I like, this episode is already getting long. People don't need to know about all the logistical things. But basically, next time we're talking about the epilogue, and you're bringing predictions for all the characters.
Okay, slay.
And yeah. So, folks, we're here.
Oh my God, you guys.
We're here. We have
my God,
made
you guys. Oh my God, you guys.
So when is this episode coming out? Like, what date?
Guys, we're recording this on January 7th, 2025.
No.
Wait.
Nope.
January 7th, 2026.
Yeah, we have been doing this by the time this releases for like 6.5 years. It took us 6.5 years,
God.
and we did the book. All the books.
Wow.
Okay. Folks, I'm not even going to say all the things. You know all the things. All I'm going to say is until next time, farewell, my friends.
Talk to you later.